long time ago, roughly 500 years, a pact between man, gnomes, and dwarves was created within a small town called Phandelver. This pact was known as the Phandelver Pact. The pact allowed all three races to share in mineral and precious metal rights of a cave known as Wave Echo Cave. The town and races nearby flourished with this agreement. The cave itself harnessed a power unlike any other, and spellcasters from various races were able to harness this power to create a great forge known as the Forge of Spells. This forge possessed the ability to craft magical items, and the town became more popular than ever. But with popularity comes trouble, and disaster struck the town of Phandelver and Wave Echo Cave. A group of furious orcs swept through the area, and evil mercenary wizards aided them in order to claim Wave Echo Cave. Much was lost, and none was gained. The area remained in ruin for centuries, uninhabited, except by those who wished to seek shelter amongst the ruins of Phandelver. History became rumor. Rumor became a legend, and a legend became a myth. Many sought to seek the lost cave known as Wave Echo Cave in hopes that the rumor was true. All have failed. But hope remains with an individual known as Gundren Rockseeker, a boisterous dwarf who believes he has found the cave. He has hired 3 unlikely adventurers to aid him in finding and reclaiming the cave in hopes of re-establishing the Phandelver Pact. Join me on the ethereal plane in the year 1491 as we follow these 3 individuals and witness, without intervening, their choices. We will be able to see if they are able to achieve what Gundren wishes, if they will fall in their endeavor, or will they have other means? Much like time, all we can do is watch. The choice remains theirs, and the future will be crafted based upon those choices. A long time ago, roughly 500 years, a pact between man, gnomes, and dwarves was created within a small town called Phandelver. This pact was known as the Phandelver Pact. Test, test. Hi, welcome everyone. It's Tachyur. Decided to do something different that I've been trying to do for quite some time. And this is streaming Dungeons and Dragons. I know a lot of you have helped me out. Grislock, Swindler's Den. I thank you guys so much. We're trying to make it happen here with my friends. And first and foremost, we're going to do a shout out to the veterans. It is Veterans Day, so Semper Fi to those Marines out there. Greatly appreciate all that you have done for us and our country. We love it. But we are starting off playing The Lost Mines of Phandelver. Now, I won't be able to get to some of the chat, so if you are chatting, just know that. Don't do any spoilers, because we have our three adventurers here and they're going to kick it off. Now, this is with a twist, with a little bit change of the rules as well. Just bear with us. If you have any questions, let me know in chat and I can direct them or give you the answers for why we changed essentially some of the rules. But we are going to kick off right here. Hordal, you are first. You wake up in Neverwinter. And the town is really neat based off of how you left it, potentially from the tavern the night before. You remember how excited Gundren was 2 days ago, and you couldn't help but think, what does this dwarf have planned? But knowing Gundren, most likely it's swinging pickaxes and digging into the ground. And you are very excited. As you step out, the city is just awakening. But you're greeted with kindness, much like you would expect from Neverwinter. Friendly waves to those who recognize you in your helmet that has the horns sticking out, the antlers. And you stroll down, excited to see exactly what Gundren has planned. You come up on this nice warehouse that has a long section of stables next to it, divided out to stage carts for travel. You see various horses, carriages, and oxen. You see a human, aged roughly 16, standing outside the gate to the entrance. He's wearing a white shirt with brown pants. His arms are crossed over the gate, and he's puffing on a pipe. Sees you walking up. Hey. Another one of those dwarf types, huh?
Aye.
Oh, perfect. I believe Ragnar's got some help for you. Hang on. Hey, Ragnar! We got another dwarf here. Right this way, good sir. And he opens it up. I just realized I said Ragnar. It's Redgar. Redgar shall help you out. And he motions over to this individual that comes walking out of the Redgar's repository. You see a 7-foot lizard-like creature step out. He's got red scales covering his body and 2 big horns protruding out the top of his head. He's got 2 little subtle horns going back from his jawline. The red is broken up by gray hair on top of his head and a small patch of gray hair upon his chin. He is wearing a white shirt with brown pants, and he has this leather apron. Almost like a blacksmith apron that goes down, and there's one pocket in the middle. In there, you can see that there's a little notebook hanging out. He also has a pair of small spectacles hanging low on the ridge of his nose, and you see that he's got a piece of wood that is hanging weirdly between his ear and one of his horns. Most likely a pencil. But you recognize him as a dragonborn. He comes up to you. You must be Hordal.
Aye, the Wanderer.
Gundren said the horns would give you away, and indeed they have. You notice he pulls out his notebook, and he also takes out a little parchment of paper. Gundren sends his apologies for not being present. He ended up departing yesterday with a man named Sildar Hallwinter. He's one of those famous Griffin cavalry riders from Winterfell. He left this parchment for you and placed you in charge of this here journey. We are waiting for at least 2 more companions, according to the manifest. I'll let you read the parchment, And I want you to know that my hand, Alfred, over there, has already taken inventory of the cart, and he motions over.
So is this just another fetch mission, or am I to meet up with Gundren?
No, well, Gundren actually took off. He's got this letter. He went with Sildar Hallwinter going down to Phandelver. Uh, if you know Gundren, he's super excited about something, and to be honest, it seems like he wanted to go to Phandelver relatively quick. He also has a knack for helping people. Sildar Hallwinter was going down to Phandelver, and Gundren figured he would at least accompany him.
Aye, that
In
sounds
order
like
to help.
Gundren.
But here's the parchment, and I also have the inventory list for you. So on here, he hands you the parchment, and you unfold it. It says, Hordal, I apologize, lad, for not being able to meet ye at this location. I can tell ye that I have found it. I am certain of this, lad. I know that we rock seekers are not always spot on, but this time you can taste the magic in your pick once ye strike the ground. Perhaps it could even tell us what happened at Twilight Tor. I departed sooner than expected with a friend Sildar Hallwinter. You can't keep me excitement down. I entrust ye with escorting the required goods to Barthen's Provisions in Phandelver. Just ye stay on the high road to the south, and make your first left and then a right. I will meet ye there with my brothers. 2 other lads shall accompany ye, and ye shall receive 10 gold for all ye troubles once delivered to Barthen's Provisions. Signed, Gundren Rockseeker, with his seal.
Ugh, sounds like typical Gundren. Running off
Yeah.
every time he's happy, you know?
Yeah, Gundren typically does that. But we also
Hey.
have...
Maybe
also...
38th time is the good one.
Well, I'm not keeping track of Gundren's so-called escapades, but to be fair, he's pretty good with us. Everyone smiles when Gundren comes around.
He's a great man.
Ah, that he is. That he is. But we do have an inventory of the cart, and I will send you that inventory, Hordal. All is accounted for. As soon as the others arrive, we can sign this here manifest, and then you can get on your way. All you have to do, based off of the repositories and Barthen's Provisions, essentially we stage gear in order for people to travel with. And then what we do is we drop it off at that location. Once arrived safely, you will receive your payment. And then, I don't know where you're going to go from there, but Gundren seems very excited about it.
Well, if he's still traveling, then I'm heading to the tavern. With my 10 gold.
Well, that's fair enough. I don't blame you on that one. Arthas.
Yes.
You are walking down the streets of Neverwinter, heading to Redgar's repository. You can't help but keep your eyes alert to the surrounding area. You got a strange feeling. Is Gundren going to be there? Or will he not? You see the man outside the gate, and he has it open for you. He just turns around and said, Redgar, one more coming your way. As he opens the gate and you go in, you see a red dragonborn talking to a dwarf. Hordal, please describe what your character looks like.
So what you see is a stout, tan-skinned, muscular dwarf covered in tattoos. Under his helm, you see no trace of hair, alluding to probably a bald head. The only hair on his body, however, is a long strawberry blonde beard neatly braided into 3 different braids. 2 smaller braids that begin at the end of his bushy mustache, and one larger braid coming out from under the chin, all neatly adorned with small different ringlets and dangly bits. His bulging arms are adorned with tribal-looking tattoos. Beneath a few ornamental leather straps, you see a large tattoo of a spiked ball on his chest, representing a morning star. He has piercing, icy blue eyes that are slightly sunken, as if he had a long day of travel or a long night of drinking, but it's all the time. On his head, he wears a thick padded leather helmet that is adorned with a very large rack of sun-bleached elk antlers. And on his back, you can see a large two-handed morning star that is strapped diagonally right next to 4 javelins. And on his pack, 2 hand axes that hang from his hips. And on his pack, it's a hunter's trap and everything else dangling from his pack.
Hordal, you see a man coming your way. Arthas, describe your character.
One quick question: did they see me come in before?
You can do whatever you want here. You can describe.
Okay. So what you see is a cloaked figure, about 5.5 feet tall, about 150 pounds, so not too large, looking like in their mid to late 20s, but in very good physical shape. And as you get closer, you start to see under the hood this nice tan skin, long blonde hair, and bright blue eyes. Someone that looks like they're right out of a beauty contest. The clothing that they're wearing is a black leather cloth material from head to toe. He's got gold rings on all of his fingers, leather boots, and some straps around his hands. And he is walking in super jolly and a nice big smile on his face.
Redguard looks up. Good morning, my friend. Whose party are you here? Hello. Well met. Whose party are you here to accompany?
I am here to join up the Gundren's party. I met him in the past and told me about this, and I'm just here for some fun, little adventure. Who won't like that?
Well, it appears that Gundren picks the right people, but unfortunately Gundren isn't here. But
what?
Yeah,
that's okay. Adventure's adventure.
That is true. He definitely picks them from all places, doesn't he? But this is Hordal. Hordal's gonna be in charge. I'll let you two introduce yourselves.
What's your name, lad?
Oh, I'm Arthas. But I also have many names. But you can call me Arthas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hordal, the Wanderer.
Oh, you wander? I wander too. I've been all over.
That should be helpful then.
Oh, I'm a jack of all trades. I love to do lots of things.
Okay.
What things do you do, Arthas?
Lots of them. Growing up doing lots of things. You name it, I've probably done.
Okay. Watcher. You come in to Neverwinter, and being the way you are, you're a little cautious. But people all around are very accepting of you. You ask some for directions to Redgar's repository, and they humbly point you in the right direction. As you make your way down, you come across the repository and see the young man outside of the gate. He looks at you and says, "Well, it seems like they brought the work here. A warforged. They're always good for carrying stuff, but being that time, it seems like some of the people are over there. Go ahead and go walk right in. Redgar will take care of you." You walk through the gate, and you walk on over to the Dragonborn, who is talking to a dwarf and a man. Go ahead and describe your character, Watcher.
So as Watcher walks up, folks would see another medium-sized humanoid, about 5'6", wearing a simple cloak with the hood up, very simple pants and like a sash shirt kind of combo. Um, really not like a shirt on the upper half, but kind of just a cloak or something to wrap around his chest to hide himself if he needs to. He is clearly a warforged, so he's I like to think of it as like a clockwork construct. So lots of gears, sheathed underneath metal. So as he moves, you can see in the joints like where the gears and the attachments are. But mainly he's smooth, probably like bronze or bronze colored, deep purple eyes, and he's, as the DM said, he's trying to not draw attention to himself with his hood up and his cloak up. He's barefoot as he walks, and he is carrying a staff along with a U shield the shield he wears on his back with a star imprinted on it, but he's not carrying it for battle. He's wearing a shield and walking with the staff towards everybody.
Arthas and Hordal, you see this individual walk on over. Redguard looks up. Ah, you must be the last one. What's your name?
Those in my order call me Watcher.
Oh, the Watcher. So we have a Watcher, a Wanderer, and another Wanderer. Well, it seems to be perfect, because you guys will wander down south, and one of you can keep an eye out. I crack myself up. But I'll write your name down here. It appears that Hordal will be leading this expedition down to the south to Phandelver. Unfortunately, Gundren isn't here. But you will most likely meet him at Phandelver. He left early. But I'll allow you to greet each other, as it appears as if this is the first time you are all meeting each other.
Aye, as he said, Gundren left a band with me. I'm Hordal, the Wanderer. What do we call you, Warforged?
You may call me Watcher. Those in my order call me that.
Fair enough.
That
What
sounds
kind of
fun.
experience? What kind of experience do you two have? Arthas, you said you wander. Watcher, what do you or your order do? Want to know who I'm working with?
The order tends to stick to themselves, but occasionally they need gold and supplies, and will take odd jobs to help those in the area. We've worked with Gundren before, and he called on the order and asked for assistance, so it was my turn to take an assignment in town.
Fair enough. What kind of skills do you have? Hordal pats their morning star.
Watcher would say, my order is one that communes with nature, so we have some magic abilities to help people and help keep the balance of nature.
oh, that's good. That's good. Plant folk, but machine man. Yes, that's good. Funny.
Oh, you guys are funny. This is going to be fun.
Well, Redgar.
And who are you?
Me?
Who are you?
I'm Arthas.
We've introduced ourselves.
Oh, I introduced myself before you came in. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. My name's Arthas. Nice to meet you. And I'm assuming Watcher heard the description before, so he gets the same description that I gave Hordal earlier. So, looking there, my long blonde hair. Reach out my hand for a handshake. How you doing?
Arthas will awkwardly put out his hand, but not quite really know how to handshake.
You mean Watcher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. So I'll just grab his hand, put it there, and I'll shake it. And I look at Arthas looks over at Hordal and goes, Hordal, I see you made a little motion to your weapons. You are loaded up and ready to go. You know what I got? And just out from my sleeve, you just see me drop a little piece of cloth, and I go, "See this bad boy? It's all I need." And I just drop out a little sling.
That's so you toss rocks.
I could toss a lot of stuff with that.
Oh
I
boy.
just start whipping in the air like this.
Save your energy, Arthas.
Oh, I got energy. I got
I-
lots of energy. I don't run out of energy.
I can tell. Well, Redguard, is this the whole group?
Well, it appears that this is. I'm just gonna need you to sign this paperwork here. According to the inventory, you're gonna have that cart over there, and he points to a cart that's has 2 oxen hooked up to it. In Hordal, I can send you the inventory, so there's no need to write it down. But he's like, yeah,
Cool.
there's a whole bunch of flour, there's salted pork, there's I kind of laughed at this one, but you know Gundren, he's not going to go anywhere without his ale. And then a whole bunch of mining equipment, some lanterns, some extra oil. There are 2 med kits in there and extra bedrolls, perhaps for his brothers, if they ever decide to come into a town. But there's also feed on the cart for the oxen, so if you ever need to feed them, you can just go ahead and use that, he told me. He also asked me to give you each one of these. And he hands you a vial that has red liquid in it. It is a healing potion, common healing potion, which is 2d4 plus 2. And he gives that to each of you.
While that conversation's going on, Watcher has just walked away in the middle of it to go talk to the oxen. And so he's standing over by the oxen, like introducing himself, to having a normal conversation, like, hello, you may call me Watcher. You look like magnificent beasts. And he's just like talking to them like they're people.
Yep. Well, gotta
fine,
admit,
so-
that's a little strange, but I have heard of people who can do that, which is, I guess, okay. I mean, but if they're sick or if they have any issues, it's not my fault. You guys can take care of that at Barthen's Provisions, not here, okay? I assure you they're of good stock. But for those who need, Gundren's directions are pretty good. It's going to take roughly 3 days worth of travel on the high road. But you just go down towards the south, and then you take your first left, and then you're going to take your first right to the place known as Phandelver. It's a relatively easy journey. And then go to Barthen's Provisions, and he'll be able to take the card off of your hands and give you the payment. It's a pretty easy task for 10 gold, but I'd do it myself. But clearly, one man with a cart full of oxen does not seem too
Now,
well.
is
not
that-
mowed.
Is that 10 gold for each of us, or 10 gold to
that's-
split?
That's 10 gold for all of you. Gundren.
Each?
Yes. Gundren seems to
So
be
30
very...
in total.
Well, just 10 for you, unless you have other means, Arthas.
No, I mean, it's not clear. Am I getting 10? And then Hordo's getting 10?
Yes,
Lorch is
yes,
getting 10?
yes.
Oh,
10,
okay,
10 for
okay.
each of you. But
Fun.
according to my math, that would be 30 total. That is
Yes.
correct.
So Arthas, you can count
Count what?
numbers.
Oh, yes, yes.
Good.
You can't?
Yeah, totally can.
Yeah, you
Just
can,
couldn't-
or yeah, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good job.
But
Good job.
I thought it was pretty clear that it was 10 gold each, but whatever.
Well, Hordal, if you're good with the inventory, if you want to check it over one more time, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
but
I trust you. It's fine.
okay, I just need you to put your Herbie Hancock right here.
Herbie, yes, we all know it's Herbie.
Legendary Herbie. Well, that takes up our business. I guess you are done with Redgar's repository. Feel free. go over. The oxen are very easy. They travel at the same pace as you guys, but you guys can set on your way and, I guess, get to know each other on the journey. But have fun in Phandelver, and hopefully, as you said, what did you say, 38, maybe 39? Who knows? Maybe this will be the one for Gundren.
Yeah, for my count, it's 38. This will be 38.
Alright, well, I would assume that you would know more. He doesn't really talk too much about that stuff, but most of us know.
He's still good, Elk.
Ah, he is.
Redgar, thank you. And goes to give him like a predator handshake.
Ah, you're welcome.
Arthas goes right up next to her and next to them and says the same thing. Redgar, thank you. And just kind of mimics Hordolf and does the same handshake.
You're welcome. Alright,
Lasher,
well.
from over by the cart, turns and goes, "Are we leaving?"
Are the oxen ready?
They seem ready.
Then it's time.
Okay.
All right.
Now,
Who's driving the cart?
You guys will be this lovely compass icon right here, starting off at Neverwinter. Now, based off of it, it is going to take 3 days travel to get there. Now, the oxen are, they're just like regular beasts. They're not like a horse, so they travel at the same pace you guys do. Although they can get tired as well because they're pulling the cart. So, much like any travel, you can go 8 days. If you wish to go over 8 days, then you could potentially suffer a level of exhaustion. Not only the ones that are walking, but potentially the oxen. Okay.
Yeah, 8 hours, right?
Yep. That is correct. Anytime over 8, like if you want to go 9 hours, then it's got to be a Constitution saving throw, right? And then each hour you add, it gets higher and higher and higher. And each time you fail, you suffer a level of exhaustion. I just want to tell you guys to keep in mind that at a second level of exhaustion, it's half the speed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I will leave it up to you, fine gentlemen, on how you would like to go about. We can easily have someone who's watching outside of the wagon, and then someone obviously steering. It does not take an animal handling check to steer the oxen. They're beasts of burden. It's relatively simple. Okay. But you guys start departing.
Ooh.
I do apologize for it all. Go ahead.
You're good. So who wants to steer?
I can steer. I've done that before.
Get up there,
I
Arthas.
can lead the animals as well.
All right. So I just hop up in the seat. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Portal just walks beside with the mace, with the Morning Star, just looking at it, cleaning it.
You guys have time to interact however you wish to interact.
So how did you two meet Gundren? Did he scoop you up off the street like so many others?
I bumped into him in the tavern here and there. Heard his name through some whispers, and mutual friends, and we just heard about him, got in touch with him, had some drinks with him, left him, and now he's calling me back. But adventures, who passes up adventures? I know I don't.
Anything interesting is always helpful. We hate boredom.
We? Who are you talking about? You and who?
Me hate boredom.
Oh, okay. Me too. I can't sit still. I
Noted.
just gotta do some stuff. And as you say that, I stand up. I'm still holding the reins, but instead of sitting, now I'm standing up on the seat.
Arthas, please be careful. You'll upset the oxen.
The oxen will be upset with me standing?
Yes. Yes, you'll scare them if you keep moving around like that.
I just stood up. They're facing forward. But I'll sit back there.
Yeah, they're expecting you to sit nicely and lead them from the cart.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Watcher. I don't want to upset the animals.
Makes sense.
And Hordal, yeah, my order has known Gundren for a while now. He's asked for help many times, and we've always found him to be a respectful business partner and friend. So when he asks for assistance, we usually provide it.
Aye, he's a good sort.
Yeah.
You know, he scooped me up right in the tavern. Right after a couple beers.
So were you on the floor and he scooped you up and sat you back up?
More than once.
That's a fun time.
Yes. We've been numerous mining expeditions. Every time, I found it. And then we go, and it's a dud. So, but it is exciting. He's energetic, you know?
That's the way to be. Wild and free.
And his passion is different. Like, gets me moving.
Yes, he's like a hummingbird.
I don't know him that well. I met him in the tavern. We just shared stories, and it sounds like a fun time.
Mm.
You guys seem to know him a lot better than I do, but adventure.
You notice as you're traveling, it does start to get a little bit dark, and you can see that the oxen are starting to slow up a little bit. You realize looking down that you have traveled roughly 8 hours. So the choice is yours on whether you want to continue to push or rest up for the night.
Well, the
We need
day's
to rest.
closing.
We need to give the animals a reprieve for the day or for the evening.
Okay. That sounds good for me. Take a nice little rest. Always up for a rest.
Oh, damn it, I forgot again. Should have asked Redgar if there was a bonus for getting the goods there early.
Do you want to risk it and see?
I can
Bonus
walk
is
all
fun.
day. These short legs can walk all day.
But what about all night?
Oh, that
Because
too.
it's nighttime. What about
Well,
the oxen over there, Watcher? You seem to be in touch with them. Can they walk all day?
They've walked all day, but they need rest. We should not push them. It would not be it would not be fair to them.
Fairness. Fine. Let's set up camp somewhere. 2-1 anyway.
Okay.
I'm impartial, but that's fine.
Who wants to try to find a camp spot?
I'll roll for it.
It's either survival or nature. Does anyone wish to help him?
Yes.
Not
Okay.
me.
So one of you can roll with advantage, or both of you can roll.
Don't matter to me, Watcher. What do you want to do?
At this point, Watcher would look for his own campsite while
Alright.
Hordal's doing that.
So we'll both roll.
Roll separately. Yeah.
Oh, natural 20.
Way to start the
First-
game. First roll.
First roll, baby. Yes,
Nat
Hordal.
20, right off
Nat
the
20.
bat.
Total of 24.
Total of 24. Wow. Watcher, what did you roll?
Watcher was close. He got an 8.
He got an 8. Watcher, you can't help but be like, you start to be like, like that's a good area, and then you see Hordal is like beelining for an area, and you're like, that area looks so much better. And Hordal, the area that you see is this nice little, it's like a little tiny outcropping, but if you are to pull the cart in there, You notice it is very hard for anyone to notice that the cart is like off the path. It's nice and hidden within all the foliage around the area, and you're like, this is perfect.
Ha! I found it. It's over here. Come on. He starts sprinting.
Okay. Guess we're going with him. I'll just ah.
Ah, traveled
Okay.
here before. Rested here. This spot is perfect.
You pull in. You got the cart there. You dish out the feed for the oxen. It is nighttime. You guys can start a fire and stuff. You guys can have any talk before you want to go and slumber down for the night.
Well, you two. Roads aren't always safe. How do we want to set up watch before we chat by the fire?
And just so you guys know, with a team of 3, it's okay. We're still gonna do like 8, but you're gonna like do 2 hours and whatever. But you're still gonna get the full rest. So don't worry about that.
I could take any
I-
watch.
I don't sleep like presumably you two do. Would you like me to take the watch so you two can rest?
How do you sleep?
I just I shut down to conserve power and recharge the energy that runs my body, and it's not sleep. I just sit and my energy returns.
Do we have to
I'm,
turn you back
I'm awake
on?
the whole time. No, I'm awake
okay.
and conscious the whole time.
Like standby.
Couldn't we call it sleep?
Yeah.
Because that's weird.
You may. Those in my order also found it weird and told me not to face them when I sat down and they slept.
Yeah,
They too found it weird.
I get that they call you Watcher now.
And his purple eyes are just like glowing in the dark, and he's just like staring at Hordal.
So you watch people sleep. I get it. It makes sense. That's clever. That's clever. Okay, well,
It doesn't matter to me. What do you want to do, Hordal? You're the leader.
it's true. Watcher, can you watch in the dark?
Well, no, we'll keep the campfire going.
Aye. Maybe you take one of the lighter watches. The end? As the darkness gets more light, or do you want the beginning?
If you don't want me to take the whole thing, I have no preference.
Right. I think Watcher watches first. That makes sense to me.
Okay. Do you want second or third?
I can see pretty good in the dark. Caves, used to mining tunnels.
Okay. Then you take second, and I'll go third.
Sounds good. Anything else you two want to talk about? Questions, comments, concerns?
I did want to have a question for you, Hordal. You said that you could walk all day, and you are loaded to the brim with gear. That must be pretty heavy.
It's not too bad. Try carrying a 600-pound elk
Nah, I'm good.
by
I eat it
yourself.
though. I don't need to carry it. I'll just eat it.
Can you harvest it?
I could kill it, and then find someone else. You just, it's all about creating contacts, people that can help you.
Right.
One person doesn't need to do everything.
Not always the case. But we'll talk more about that later. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to take a nap.
As you guys are seeing that, if there's no more questions, Arthas kind of just goes off to the side and he's doing some stretching stuff and he's doing handstands and doing a couple like flips around, just staying active before I go to bed.
Hordal would go over to Watcher at that point and be like, "Did you watch that?" That guy,
Yes, yes, I see that.
he's
It's
got
right
a
there.
lot of energy.
It does appear like he's got the energy of a small squirrel.
Mm. I would think more like chipmunk. Chattery,
I don't
skittish,
disagree.
small. Says the shortest guy in the group.
Still think the squirrel's apt because of the way they twitch their tails constantly. Reminds
True.
me of Arthas's movements.
Yes, yes. Squirrels, chipmunks. Any type, basically any small rodent, I think, is pretty much describes him. I like your
So then-
kind, Watcher. You're plant people.
Do you know many?
Mm. Here and there. Not too close, but I like your beliefs. Nature. Balance. Of course, a little too timid for me. I prefer to be upfront, if you know what I mean.
I'm pleased to hear that you appreciate our perspective. Oftentimes, it's not easy for many to accept our point of view.
Industrious folk. Not to say I'm not. He pats his pack. Well,
Okay.
I'll trust you with first watch then.
So for watch, we have Watcher, Hordal, and Arthas.
Mhm.
All right, ready to bed down? All right, Watcher, you are up first. I need you to roll a perception check.
So Watcher will climb up into the cart and sit down in the driving position, and then just like sit there, like not moving.
Okay.
That's a natural one.
Natural 1.
We start the game with a nat 20 and then a nat 1.
Oh.
His power plug goes off.
So you are literally sitting there and you like zone. You like completely zone out. More so than you would normally do.
So
And it takes you
sort of feed into that, Watcher would be on the cart, but he would be distracted looking up at the stars.
okay, I like it. I like it.
Nice.
So you're just like and just like staring right into the stars. And you realize nothing happens, which is good, but you realize that like you have stayed here for quite some time and like you went a little bit over the time being on watch to wake Hordal up. But by the time you notice it's almost as if like a shooting star comes across the sky that all of a sudden like you kind of snap back to. And you realize your shift has been over for like 15 minutes. In Hordal's next. Nothing happened.
Watcher gets up, climbs down, and he would stand over Hordal and like lean down and like look, like reach like he's gonna wake him up, and then go like basically almost yelling like, Hordal, it's time for your watch. And just on his own. He doesn't think about it and just
Or go, don't do that.
do what?
I almost killed you. The shouting.
You're oh.
You see he's got a hand axe in his
Don't know
hand
how to
already.
shout.
Whatever volume tone you just used was too much. I was having the best dream. I'll never get to see that in Maids. Never mind. All right, fine.
I apologize.
Take your rest. Or
And-
your
Watcher climbs back up into the cart and just sits down right where he was before.
And Hordal, when you start to set up, like you realize the Watcher has taken like some of your watch time, like 15 to 20 minutes. So
Ah, not bad.
okay,
He
Hordal,
goes to watch.
perception check.
All right. Not bad. Perception. Ooh, that's 12 on the dice plus 4, so 16.
You are like a hawk. Everything that's going on, you're like a hoot from an owl. You're like, well, you can't
Fucking
help but
chipmunks.
be like, I picked a fine damn good spot.
Then he
Now,
Gordo starts thinking out loud. Okay, so owl, chipmunks, more small animal, squirrels. Oh, I can't get away from them.
but goes uneventful, and your time is up.
I'm gonna go over like 5-10 minutes before my watch is over. Go wake up Arthas. Hey, just gives him a kick with his boot. Hey,
So as you do that, I'm completely covered in. You see Arthur's completely covered in his cloak, like completely covered. And you're kicking me, and all of a
Kick him
sudden
harder.
you see my cloak fall off my face, and I just kind of roll over, and everything that I described that looked like before, you see is all shriveled up,
oh,
and like this
what
old
the-
man, and like just like, "Ah!" and I'm just like laying there.
Watcher, unsleep, power on, whatever you have to do.
He stands up and the shield comes out off of his shoulder.
Over here, and he grabs his. Hordal's got his morning star ready. Kicks the body again.
And then you just see me stretch, and I'm like, ah! I'm just like, wake up. Oh, is it my watch?
What the fuck?
What? Is it my watch? Is it my time?
Who are you? How did
What
you
are you
get
saying?
in our camp?
Oh shit! And I just put my hood back on, and I rip it off again, and I look like I did before. I say, is it my watch?
Explain now.
Explain what?
What the hell
What's wrong?
was that?
What was what? Did you see something on your watch?
Yes,
What did you see, Hordal?
What did you see?
him,
You just woke me up.
shriveled old man.
Where?
You,
Me?
Okay.
yes.
Are you trying
Chipmunk.
to deceive Hordal?
I would like to. Yeah, I'd like to roll an insight.
So
against
we
him.
got an insight. We got an insight with advantage against a deception or persuasion, whichever fits the roll, Arthas. With disadvantage.
With disadvantage? Okay.
Yes.
I'll try it.
Okay,
Who's going first?
Arthas. What did you roll?
I rolled a 12, and I get a +6.
Hordal.
So I have 18.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 7 and I get +2, so I got a 9.
That was with advantage, and yours
With
was with disadvantage, Arthas?
I rolled a 4 and a 7.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 and a 12.
Hordal, you can't help but think like maybe like even with the night, maybe you're a little tired. Maybe you didn't quite see, like maybe I don't know. But there's still a part of you that's like but did I actually see what I saw, or could it have been something else?
Man, I could use a drink. Puts his morning star back.
There's some on the cart.
I almost introduced you to Celeste.
The pizza?
No. He pulls out the morning star. Good for making pizzas, I guess.
Oh, well, we could have had some fun, but I is it my watch? I still don't know. You just woke me, you go kicking me.
If you are Arthas, which I'm still not really sure, but you seem good enough to me, it's your watch. You
okay?
Frickin' chipmunk. Hordal goes and like, Watcher, thanks for the backup.
Arthas just like wakes up and is like, all right, and I'll just go and sit on the cart. I'm watching, just looking around, mumbling to myself. And as I'm mumbling to
Watcher would
myself,
walk up to the cart and just look at Arthas, really confused because you took his spot, and he's just like, inside, he's like, I don't know what to do about this.
oh wait, wasn't
So
Hordle
literally
on the
he
cart?
turned-
What? Wasn't Hordle on the cart?
No,
too,
no, it took-
before?
No, Hordle's
Oh, you
stand.
are. Oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay. Well, I just got in the
So,
cart.
so
Anyway.
Watcher stares for like an awkwardly long period of time, probably like a minute or two, and then finally turns and just sits down right next to the cart, same body position, just like right next to you, like as close as he could be to actually being on the cart. Doesn't say
Well, I
anything.
was well, if you come over and I'm looking at me, Arthas would have just slid over and just kind of gave a little pat on the side on the seat next to it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then we'll work on that. Watcher would climb up and sit, not say anything, just sit down next to you and like rigid body position and just like look out.
Zone out.
Okay.
So as watches out, Arthas just kind of pokes it a little bit. I'm like, I've never seen one sleep, and I'm just
Ping.
poking it,
Ping,
and I'm
every time you
mumbling
poke
to
him.
myself, and I'm just like, I've never seen it sleep. This is how they sleep. And then I'm talking to myself, saying, I gotta be more careful. That one was too close. But I could have some fun with this. Yeah, let's have
Which
some
one
fun
was too
with this.
close, Arthas?
I'm just
Oh,
mumbling to myself in my
Watcher doesn't.
The
Watcher
Watcher
doesn't move.
heard you just
Okay.
mumble that.
Watcher heard all of it.
Clear as day.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
No,
Watcher.
What was too close, Arthas?
Nah,
What was
don't
too
worry
close,
about it.
Arthas?
Don't worry about it. Just talking to myself. I'm poking you.
Are you okay? Do you need assistance?
Yeah, I've never sat close to one of your kind before. I've seen you, but I've just never sat this close. And I just kind of cuddle up next to you.
He just sits there. Watcher sits there.
Okay, Arthas, go ahead and roll a perception check.
What do I get? Ooh, a 6.
6.
5 plus 1.
You can't help too as you're doing this. Like you're still pretty good, but you're like every once in a while, like in front of the Watcher, like and poking him every once in a while. It doesn't affect you, Watcher, in any form or fashion, but you obviously know he's kind of messing with you and taking around. But nothing happens. The sun rises up. It is morning time.
Hordle just starts cracking every bone. Just crack.
1 feet of the
So,
oxen
Watcher would
is
be-
gone.
Watcher would be giving the oxen water. I'm just talking to them again, saying, "Good morning. How did you sleep?" I'm like, just talking at them.
And Arthas goes, great. How'd you sleep, Watcher?
You speak oxen, Arthas? Watcher,
No.
thanks for watching the... there it is again. Watcher, thanks for watching the oxen. Man, he's got a good name.
The next day kicks off, and it's relatively the same. A nice, boring day. But as it comes time to get close to the 8 hours, and the oxen are starting to wear down a little bit, you make this nice little bend on the road, and as you look across, right, you notice something. You look up ahead on the trail, and there's that bend that I was talking about. But by the bend, you see 2 horses that are prone, and they are not moving. You look closer, and there appears to be pieces of the horse missing. You see that there is a saddle off of one of the horses. And as you glance, you can see sticks embedded in the horses with what appears to be black feathers at the end. The birds are no longer chirping, and the wind carries a foul smell of flesh. You feel uncomfortable at the sight, and can't help but feel as if you are being watched. And what we will do is we will do a 5-minute break from here. And then we will come back. So let me go into the break. Bio break. Anyone can do what you need to do. And we are back. And we get to jump. Oh, well. I gotta fix my windows here. Bing. And we are on our second map. Alright. Now, as I zoom in here, just to help you guys out, alright, there's the cart that you guys are on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to zoom out a little bit here. And on the cart are you three, and we can talk about position. This is the bend right here in the road. These are the 2 dead horses that appear to be there. Alright. And to break it down, we have Arthas. You are the face mask.
Yep.
Hordal, you are the hammer, or the hand. And then Watcher, you are this elk thing.
Watcher would be walking next to the oxen.
Up
as
front?
he's walking.
You want to be on the right
yeah.
side or the left side? Their right,
Right
or
there.
their left. So right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Hordal.
Hordal would probably be letting Arthas drive,
Mm-hmm.
then walking next to the cart, probably up by the oxen.
Up by the
So
oxen?
Arthas will drive.
Yeah.
Alright. Perfect. Once again, these are the horses right in front of you, right here, up along that bend. You can tell that based off of the scenario, there's 2 rising things on each side. You get a weird sense that you're being watched. What would you like to do?
Watcher turns to the group and says, "This would be a great place for an ambush."
Aye. That's what
So
I would
what-
do.
So what do we want to do? Should we stop? Should we keep going? Should we set
Well-
someone out as bait?
Well, the path only goes this way. Traveled it before. I'll go up the path. I'll go up the berm on the hill.
Should we move the horses so we don't spook the oxen?
I got a funny feeling here. We should probably scope it out first. Leave the oxen.
Do you want me to stay with them? In case, and the gear, I don't think we should leave all these supplies and all 3 take off.
No, definitely not. Leave it alone. You should stay.
Okay.
Can you do
Like,
things at a distance?
oh yeah.
I don't see any weapons on you, so
And he drops his sling out of his sleeve again and goes like this.
oh, forgot about your child's toy. Right. You have rocks. Do you need some rocks?
He motions to a little pouch on his hip and just pats it.
So you have
He
like
goes,
3 in
you
there?
you don't need to worry about me, my friend. Let's
Eh.
have some fun.
A little too soon for a friend, Hordal says to himself. Watcher, do you want to take the other berm?
Sure.
I
And
will go on the north berm.
just so you know, Watcher, there is an area, I'm going to just highlight a little bit if you're on there, right up here to get up on this side, okay? I do know that
Okay.
key is cutting it off, but I want you to know that it's there.
Okay, that's helpful.
Okay, so with that being said, I need both Hordal and the Watcher to make perception checks.
Time to
That's-
switch dice.
Yeah, I rolled an 8 in the dice, plus 4 for me, so it's 12.
So 12 for you? Okay.
Mhm.
9 for me. 9 for Watcher.
9 for Watcher. Okay. Hordal, as you're maneuvering up on this side, you can't help but see a glint off into the tree line here. It's a small glint. And what you realize is it is moving. And when you strain your eyes to look at it, you realize it's the glint off of an arrowhead.
Shit! Incoming! Hordal will run towards the arrowhead.
Okay. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah, let's do it.
Changing dice helped.
Changing dice did not help. That
A
is
7 for Arthas.
Also a 7 for Hordal.
Okay.
Ooh.
18 for Watcher.
Woo!
Ooh. Okay.
Someone's got to be special.
Hang on.
Why didn't you join the 7 club?
Sure. What did you get, Arthas?
7.
Same as me.
7. Oh, both of you got 7? Okay.
Yep.
Hang on, just make sure. Guys, do not yell at me. I had Heather roll the initiative.
I love
Although,
it.
to be fair, you guys are okay in this scenario. I just need to make sure I
Are you
get.
saying we should yell at her?
No, it's actually a-okay in this. But it could have been bad, but it's okay. Okay. As soon as Hordal lets out that yell, right, Watcher, you can't help but be like, what? And as soon as that happens, you hear a twang.
Oh, a banjo.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
not a banjo. Okay, that's gonna be a 13 to hit.
Who are they
Not
shooting?
Watcher.
Okay.
Sorry.
It does not hit.
Does not hit. Watcher, an arrow goes flying over you. And what you see as you look back is what appears to be a green individual with a bow that just fired. An individual that you know to be a goblin. Watcher, your turn.
So I think when he agreed to take the southern berm, Watcher would have already unslung his shield.
Yep, that's
So
fair
he'd be
enough.
carrying his shield out.
Yep, always.
When he sees the goblin, he would cast Produce Flame.
Ooh, cantrip. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it for us.
A flame appears in your hand. The flame remains there for the duration and harms neither you nor the equipment. It sheds some light, but we don't have to worry about that now. You can also attack with the flame, although doing so ends the spell. When you cast a spell or as an action on a later turn, you can hurl the flame at a creature within 30 feet of you, make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 damage.
There we go.
Ooh, even better. That'll be 24 to hit.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Wow.
It's a spell, so there's typically no like extra damage to it unless it's specified.
Okay, that's what I was just double checking. So that's 3 damage then.
3 points of damage. So you just like
fire damage, yeah.
And throw it. A direct hit at this goblin. And you just go like it gives you this look of like, what the fuck just happened? Takes 3 points of damage. Goblin number 2. He is still there. All right. That was your action. Do you want to move?
Oh. Yeah, Watcher is going to disappear. Well, not disappear, but he's going to move kind of down in between these trees down here.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15 feet of movement. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. End of turn.
Yes.
Okay. Hordal.
Oh,
As you're coming up, not your turn, you see emerging from the tree line after you called out, comes rushing up a goblin with a short sword going, ah! And he takes
that's a
Ooh.
poor choice, lad.
Well, I don't know. I rolled a 17, so plus is 4. That's 21 to hit.
That will
Ooh.
hit.
4 points of slashing damage.
Oh, you got a little bite to you, huh?
And he stays right there. Hordal, it is your turn.
Let me introduce you to Celeste. And he gets angry and starts raging. So I'm going to bonus action rage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to swing with my Celeste Morningstar. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
7.
Okay. Describe how much this goblin just messed up.
I go, meet Celeste! And 2 hands just smash down on his head. Brain matter.
Just literally dead. Right on the spot. Well done, Hordal.
Ah. And that will be by.
You
I'm
still
gonna
have movement if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna run in a little bit more towards. I'll use like 20. Yeah. I'll go like right here.
You have 25 feet of movement. Okay, right there.
Yep. Just waiting.
Okay. Arthas, you literally see an individual down towards the south, and you just saw Hordal cleave, or not necessarily cleave, but like bludgeoning this individual into the ground and charge up the hill. What do you do, Arthas? Thanks, Daniel.
So I was, huh?
Don't worry about it. Go. Your turn.
Oh, I was sitting down on the cart watching all this, and Arthas pops up and goes, "Nice one, Hordal! But I'm gonna join in on the fire fun." And I go to number 2, and I just go pew pew, and I shoot off a fireball.
Firebolt. Okay.
Yes.
120 feet. It's more like it's one pew. It's not a pew pew. It's just one pew.
Well, I say pew pew.
Oh, is that your okay? I like it.
That's
a little misconception. You're verbal. Pew pew.
And to hit, I roll. What do I got? I think I got +6, so that is 19 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll that 1d10.
This is the D10, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, nothing added to it.
And that is 9 damage.
Damn. Okay. Describe how this individual meets his demise.
So Arthas, like I said, Arthas pops up and goes pew pew, and he throws the fireball. And as he hits it, it just explodes on him. And I just go, yes. And I just sit back down on the cart.
Okay, this individual, after getting hit with the Watcher, is like, "Rah!" Literally, your other fireball comes in and just smacks him. No words uttered, just goes flying in the air, dead. Okay, Arthas, that was your action.
That's going to be my turn. I'm not going to leave the cart. I'm just going to sit back down.
Okay, they are
just yell,
oxen. It's
"Go!"
not, just so you know.
Huh?
They are oxen. It's not like they're gonna do anything too crazy.
No, but I'm
just telling
I
you.
was I'm protecting the
supplies.
the inventory, the supplies.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Hordal. As soon as you come up, you see the other goblin where the glint was. And as you slammer down that one, bludgeoning goblin 1 to death, you see him, he steps out and he takes a shot with his bow. I can barely see that. That's a 16 to hit.
16 is my AC.
Ooh, literally, arrow comes flying, and you're just like, oh shit! Bounces right off your armor. And you can tell, too, that the goblin, he just looks at you and he's like, ah! And he
Your
takes off.
turn.
He takes off a little bit. And you can see, he's just like running. Let's see here. Arthas.
Yeah.
Seeing his friend get decimated, you see a goblin archer come over the cliff. Goblin number 4. Just to the south of this cliff right here.
Okay.
In Watcher, you see him as well as he exposes himself. Arthas, let me make sure. Yeah, that's well within range. Yep. He takes a shot at you, Arthas, and that's an 18 to hit. I am sorry, guys.
That hits.
The good news is my 1d6 is not doing too well. Although I know you're level 1, that is 5 points of damage.
Oof, that hurts.
Piercing damage as an arrow just slams right into you. Okay.
That hurts.
Going to the top of the round. Watcher, it is your turn. Hordal, you are on deck. So, Watcher.
I'm just doing a quick measurement because I think I know what I want to do, but I want to make sure. Yeah, okay. Watcher is going to move first. He's
Yep.
going to put himself up against this tree between. So he's trying to get cover between the tree and archer number 4.
Gotcha.
And he's going to turn, and he's got his staff out, and he's going to turn and point his staff, and he's going to say something and cast Healing Word on Arthas.
Ooh, how far? Are you
60
within?
feet. And
60
I'm
feet.
about 40
Okay,
now.
yep, 40 feet. I just need to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you say?
He would say a few words in Druidic.
Gotcha. Art, okay. Go ahead and roll for how much he heals.
I gotta get my D4. Sorry.
Yeah,
hope
those
it's a 4.
those D4s for
tonight,
magic users.
supporting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay. 2 plus 3 is 5 health points to Arthas.
All right.
Nice.
Arthas, you hear this noise that is like carried on the wind. It's almost like a breeze comes over you, and there's this weird, subtle language that you do not understand. But with that wind, you can feel it enter into your mouth and your nostrils as you breathe. And you feel this essence just take over your body, right? And all of a sudden, even the arrow just slowly like falls out from where you were hit. You can't help but look at it, be like, what the fuck just happened? And you heal. What was it, 5 points?
Yes.
So
Now,
you
do I
gain
know?
5 HP.
Do I know that Watcher did that or no?
You know that there's certain magic, but unfortunately, after taking that hit, you were too preoccupied with that hit. But you
Okay.
know a magical essence had to do it. Okay,
Yeah.
Watcher. That is your action, or is that the bonus action? I can't remember which one's which.
That is a bonus.
That's a bonus action. Okay. Yep.
Oh,
so you
wow.
still have your action.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
The crappy thing, though, is you can
Again.
only do a cantrip.
Cantrip for a spell.
That's
Yep.
okay. Watcher is going to produce another ball of flame in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not going to be in his hand. It's going to be at the tip of his staff.
Okay.
So it's almost like a little star appears when he does this. So it's not really like a ball of flame, but it's more like a glowing star.
Yep.
And then he turns and kind of like pokes his staff out, and it kind of shoots off from his staff.
All right, go ahead.
11 plus 5 is 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
Ace.
Let's go.
That is 5 fire damage.
5 points of fire damage. As you hit this individual, he lets out another squeal. He's still up though, and you can hear like his feet just like moving. It sounds like he's like putting some fire out on him. As you hear, just slaps. Okay, Hordal.
Hordal seeing
Oh
that
wait,
guy who
hang
just
on,
shot
Watcher.
him. Oh,
I do apologize, Watcher. Is that the end of your turn, or are you gonna finish your movement? Okay, I'm sorry about that, Watcher. Hordal, your turn.
Hordal, seeing that guy trying to run away, is just sprinting after him. So the full 25, right at number 3.
Okay, hang on. Does that make you?
Close.
You're
I don't know if
close.
it's
You're like a
exact.
little bit out. A little
Yeah.
bit out.
All right. So then realizing that, he's gonna be like, fuck it, and just throw a javelin at him.
Nice. Okay.
Like 5 feet away.
Just pull it. Yep. Well, 10 feet.
Well,
yeah,
it's
I'm 10 feet away.
10 feet because you
Yeah.
Can you
occupied the
attack
space.
with the javelin?
No, it doesn't have reach. It
Doesn't have reach.
Oh, it
Yeah.
doesn't? Oh, I thought it did.
No.
So I'm gonna throw one of my javelins.
I think
So
it's
just right out of the back.
does.
Just
Yep.
that's gonna miss probably. That's a total of 11.
11 is a miss as you try to
Yeah.
like Troy this. And goes flying over him. You can see that the goblin is shocked though.
Stop running! Celeste wants to meet you, and that's my turn.
Okay. Wow, Arthas, you are up.
And Arthas pops up again and goes, I don't know what happened, but I feel like a new man. Who am I going to fight? And I see Hordal running in the distance. After that guy?
Hordal's guy is pretty far and at an elevated position that's on the backside. So
I don't see
unfortunately, you saw Hordal take off, but like on the cusp, they went on the back end.
He is on
So-
the cart though. Does
Yeah,
that get
but
him
to
high
be
enough?
fair, this whole ground right here gets elevated and then dips back
Okay.
down.
No,
So
I know,
imagine
I
this
was just
being like
pushing.
the
Yeah, the
apex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all these trees doesn't help either.
Mhm.
No. So I'm just going to pop up after saying that and go, I like the sound of some more fire. And I shoot another fireball at number 4.
Number 4, fire bolt.
Bolt. Yes. That's a
Fireball is something different. Okay, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
bolt.
just
No, I
making
said
sure.
firebolt.
I feel like
And
I keep
I-
hearing fireball, and I'm like, oh yeah.
No, firebolt.
Yep.
Another 19 to hit.
Jeez,
And
Arthas.
for damage is a 7.
7 points of damage. Okay.
Yes.
How would you like to kill this goblin?
Same as last time. Just shoot him with the fire bolt and just
Boom. Literally, his
Go.
body.
Yes.
His body goes flying. And Watcher, you can hear like the individual that was like patting is just like, gets hit, and you hear a body tumbling that you know is lifeless off the cliff. Okay. Arthas, you still have movement.
I'm gonna stay with the supplies.
I got stupid notifications popping up on my other computer. You gonna stay there? Okay.
Yeah, stay with the supplies.
I got it, and that was Hordal, you notice that this one goblin starts to run away. He throws his bow, right, and then he cowers on the ground. He says, "Please don't hurt me." And that is the end of his turn, which brings us to the top. Watcher, you go next, and Hordal, you are on deck.
Watcher would start moving through the forest underneath the map key,
Yep.
trying to make sure there's nobody else on that southern ridge.
So 5, 10,
He's
roughly
going like tree to tree.
Yeah, 15. Okay, so you're being stealthy.
Being defensive, so not necessarily stealthy. He's not because he knows he's shot off the spells. He's just trying to make sure that he's using cover as much as possible.
Okay, I would say probably to get to like here, then that'll be about 30 feet of movement since you're bouncing from tree to tree to maintain cover.
Sure.
So you still have 10 feet of movement. But as you look too, you notice there are no individuals within this tree. This like brush line right here down towards the south as you maneuver, as you go.
Okay.
It just appears as if that area may be clear.
So he's going to use his last 10 feet to get on the ridge, overlooking where the horses are.
Okay, so 5, 10. You got like right there. It's gonna take a little bit more, but as you look, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
That is 14.
14. Okay, you know, like definitely the horses are dead. This must have, like, even just looking at it from there, the horses have been there for a while. You can smell essentially like the decomposition that's happening on the horses, and you realize parts of the horses have been removed, and you think potentially the goblins may have taken those parts to eat.
Yeah.
Okay. End of turn.
Is that my action, or do I have another action?
I would say that would have to be your action to do the perception
Okay.
check, because you're actually like leaning over. You do realize that the goblin is dead, and with that perception check, there's nothing else down towards the south. Nothing that gives you
Yep, end of
pause.
turn.
Okay. Ordal.
He goes, "Don't hurt you! You shot me!" And runs and just jump slams with the Morning Star. At number
So
3.
10 feet of movement there. He is down on the ground, so we're going to rule him as prone. So you get advantage on this.
Oh yeah. Oh, natural 20 with the advantage, baby.
All right, you know how we do
Yes.
nat 20, so max damage, right?
So that's 8.
So 8 plus your die roll plus your modifier plus your rage. Damn.
Oh, I rolled an 8 on the hit dice. So 16
Okay.
plus 3 is 19 plus 2 for rage. So 21 damage.
As he's like, "Don't hurt me!" You come in. You can describe how you do this, because this guy is gonna be
It is
fucking.
It is full sprint, run and jump like and just completely smashes, probably on the shoulder, but then like continues the swing all the way through, and just little bits are getting stuck on the Morning Star as he continues to like carve through this goblin.
Okay. As you hit this goblin, it's like you go like smashing straight in, and you feel the earth like literally give, even with your Morning Star, and this guy is like, what used to be a shoulder is no longer fucking there. It is gone. And he is a Vamanos. Okay.
And
That
Ordal
is
manically looking around for something else to hit.
okay. As you look around, there's nothing that like tingles your spider sense. It is clear. We are ending combat. Well done. Well done.
Ordal runs and jumps off the ledge right next to Watcher near the horses. It's like superhero jump and just lands and is like, "What's next?"
That's like about almost like 15 feet.
That's fine. He's going for it.
Okay.
I'm still raging, so
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. I think you have advantage on it, right?
Nope. I have advantage against poison.
Okay.
That's a 6.
A 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So as it's only 1 point, as you're like, you realize too when you hit, you're like, oh, that probably wasn't a smart move.
Oh yeah. That's all he said.
It's almost like now that all of us are older, when you take that jump and your knees are like,
You're like, ooh,
yeah,
ooh,
that's kind of
that's
what
gonna
you
hurt
felt.
later.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what you felt.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's just life for me. That's getting off the couch.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's getting out of bed.
That's breathing. Watchers or anyone else?
I don't see anybody.
Seeing
Watcher,
them
He just
all the way
see
up
poor-
there.
Portal is covered in brain matter and blood smears, and like his blue eyes are like completely raged.
I love it.
So seeing them up there, I just kind of slowly take the cart and following up the road towards them. I'm just like, hey guys,
More's
what's
coming.
going on?
All right. So you
just
can
come
get
up
like
slowly.
right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
like right there. And I'm
I'll
just like, hey guys, what's going on? Hordal, you look like you need a drink.
You got some?
There's some in the back?
No, that's the inventory. And you see his
Still
breathing
in
start to slow. His breathing starts to slow a little bit.
That was fun. I don't know about you
Frickin'.
guys, but I got shot and then I got better. It was like waking up in the morning feeling nice and refreshed. It was awesome. I don't know who did that, what did that. It was awesome. Was it one of you guys?
Do you
Yeah,
think
That was me.
I can do that?
No. Oh, was you, Watcher? Oh, I thank you.
Yeah.
That was great. That I was surprised that guy had that aim and was able to hit me.
It was an impressive shot.
And your heel was an impressive heel.
Must be
Impressive.
nice.
I did not know there were goblins in these woods. That surprised me.
Freaking trash pandas, basically. Look what they did to the horses.
Haldol. Hordal, sorry. Go ahead and roll an investigation check with advantage.
Ooh.
Keywords to give it away.
Investigation.
Yep. Or
Only
perception.
+1.
Or perception.
Oh, perception. Then it's
Perception
a 14.
or
then.
investigation. Okay.
Yeah.
You notice the horses are down. As you said, look at the horses. Right. The saddle is off. You also notice what appears to be like a map case that is down on the ground. And you also notice there's a drag marks that are going off towards the northeast from the horses. And those drag marks, it's hard to tell, but when you look down with your 14, you can see that every once in a while it almost looks like a heel of a boot on both the drag marks.
You guys see this? And Hordal will grab the map case first. Uncork it.
The map
And
case
See
is
what's
empty.
inside.
It's empty.
Fucking shit. Well,
That's
in the-
interesting.
put this in the cart. Here. Throws it to Arthas.
Catch it.
There's
Throw it in the cart.
drag marks and boot marks. They go to the northeast.
That's not where we're supposed to go, though.
Mm. Yes, but there's also a threat here. I feel like we should at least follow and see what happens.
You're the leader.
Watcher, do
I'll
you know
follow
these
you.
woods?
I don't know these woods as well as I would like. So.
I think we follow the marks.
I agree.
Somehow
We don't know.
we leave a path to make sure we can get back to the path. The main path.
Can't we follow the marks that we're following backwards?
We'll probably muff them up. Especially if we bring the cart.
And it is getting late.
We should track it first. Rest. After we've dealt with it. Then back on the road. Might have to push ourselves tomorrow to make up for lost time.
So you want to track it tonight, or you want to?
I say we track it
you
right
wanna
now.
take- All right, let's go. I'm ready.
You do know tracking too would be a little difficult at night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna start tracking it.
Watcher
just
would object. Watcher would object and say, "Well, we should not push the animals tonight, and then push them again tomorrow." But 2-1, he would go with the group.
What is it, like dusk?
yeah, it's getting late. It's probably like 8 or 9. The fight didn't really help.
Watcher, can you track well?
I can try. If they left the clear marks, I might have some luck, but it's not a
Good.
skill I've particularly practiced.
I've got some survival skills. I may be able to track.
I could drive a cart, like the best of them.
Yeah. Watcher's right, though. The animals, they are important, I guess. I'm not dragging that freaking cart. Do you see how much feed is on there? That's heavy.
So
Tell you what, let's pull off. Strip the goblins. Let's pull off to the side here. Set up camp. See what the night brings. Track first thing in the morning.
Well, all I gotta say to that is, Hordal, is that a good place to set up camp? Because the last camp, you got pretty excited about.
Yeah. I'm not really looking right now, though.
Okay,
Last one I was looking for.
then let's go set it up.
I'm gonna go strip those goblins first. Any
Alright,
new things we can find, we'll throw on the cart.
which goblin do you go towards, Ordal?
I'm gonna go to the second one that I smashed, and then I'll go to the first one that I smashed.
Okay, so goblin number 3, as you search his body, he's got a short bow with 5 arrows. He's also got a bone necklace. And you notice as you're looking at this goblin, his teeth seem to be filed into like little points. That's not normal for a goblin.
Mm-mm.
And then when you go over towards goblin number 1, he has 2 silver pieces and a dagger, and his teeth are also the same.
I
Watcher.
kick him in the face. Kick him in the face and take some of the sharp teeth
Okay,
that come out after I boot him.
gotcha. You get 6 teeth. Oh. Watcher.
I'll just drive it. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
Watcher would lead the animals aside and do his best to get the cart settled and out of the road and
Okay.
hidden as much as possible.
Roll-
and the animals rested.
Roll either survival or nature.
Oh my god, that's another natural one.
Natural 1. Okay, so you like start to lead the oxen, and you lead them over towards like an open area. You really don't find anything that well to secure the area, and you're just kind of, it's a bad spot, and you're just like, oh fuck. Arthas.
I'll just drive the cart over as Watcher's moving it,
Okay,
off to the side.
so Arthas, go ahead, roll a nature or survival.
Ooh, those are in Buffalo. Same, so 9.
9? Okay, you find a nice little outcropping. It's not that great, but it's like doable. It's easily defensible from what you gather. It could be a good place to rest for the night.
So I park it there.
There you go. In Watcher, you notice that Arthas like kind of like leads the oxen, and as you look, you're like, oh yeah, that place would be better.
I like to think it was like 10 feet from where I was going to put the cart, and I was just like turning like, oh yeah.
You're like, oh
Ar-
shit.
Arthur just stands up and goes, "Found a spot, guys, right here."
Okay.
And give him a
Did
thumbs up.
anybody check the other ones? Did you kill any, or was it just me?
Killed 2 of them.
Where are they?
Feel free to
You
over
see
there.
them. You see them.
All right.
feel free
gotta
to go look at them.
I'll
So we
strip the
have
other
Goblin
ones.
number 2. Goblin number 2 has a dagger and like a busted up scimitar. It's like broken in half. When at first
Hordal
you
will snap the scimitar the rest of the way and just throw it off to the side.
Yep.
Fucking junk.
Then the other one has a short bow with 20 arrows.
A little extra stock then. Never hurts anyone. And I'll bring the 2 short bows, 25 arrows, 2 daggers all over to the cart and just kind of throw them in.
Okay. So you see the place that he had set up. Once again, it's still relatively on the same path as the track marks, but it is getting darker as you go. You do realize trying to track would be very difficult at night.
Even with being able to see in the dark, I can't track at night as well.
And all of you just roll a history check for me. History or, let's see. No, just history.
I got a nat 1.
I got a 10.
10. Okay.
10 total.
Watcher.
6.
6. Okay. Hordal, you know goblins are like very well known for setting up traps and stuff. And you realize if something's going to happen, the goblins could potentially have traps. And it could be even more dangerous to go at night if you can't really see where you're going.
Yeah. We should probably camp. Let's set up camp, boys. Goblins are tricky. They like traps.
And as soon as he says that, Arthas and Watcher, you're like, oh yeah. They definitely do.
I trust you, Hordal.
You guys find that nice location. Just need a watch rotation.
Same as
You
last
guys
night.
Let's do the same.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So watch rotation is Watcher goes first, and then it was Hordal, and then
Yes.
Arthas.
Yep.
Okay. Watcher. I'm assuming you're up on the lovely cart as you're doing your thing. You sit there, and once again, you can't help but look up at the stars. Right, and you become mesmerized as the stars start to move through the night ever so slowly, but it almost takes you into a weird place, almost like an out-of-body experience. And you see, right, a shooting star. Then you see another one. And then another one. And it's weird because they're all going past each other. And then you see almost like 8 of them collide in one spot and shoot down towards the ground. The place is not far from you. It's probably like 50 feet off to the side, and you can see there's something on the ground that is like glowing or producing some sort of light, and you can't help but be drawn to it. What do you do?
He would go to it. I would go to it.
Okay. As you get up and move towards it, you notice that there's a rock, right? And there's these other rock, almost like a Stonehenge, but there's these glowing runes on each of them facing, and they're all pulsing with this energy of this object that is on the rock. There is something there on this rock, and you can see it clear as day. What do you do?
He would investigate, pick it up, try to figure out what it is, what's going on.
Okay. What do you pick up? Based off of your second level.
Oh, it would be. I don't think he'd know. He would know where it came from. He would know he's really curious in it, but he wouldn't know what he's holding. He would assume it's something from the heavens and like a piece of a star, but he wouldn't know a lot of like what the material is, what it does, if there's anything to it. He'd be kind of in awe of it, but definitely like want to carry it with him, and like, he would sense the power around him and say, "This is something that is really important to me."
As soon as you touch it, all the pillars around you with those lights just light up, and the object in your hand sends a pulse straight through your body. You can't help but look up, almost like a pain at first, but then it gets nice and calm, and as you look up, you have never seen the stars like you have. You can see all the constellations as bright as day, and it's almost as if they're moving and talking to you. It's almost as if you yourself are a constellation. And as you stare there up into these stars in awe, right, you just feel this power within your body. And those runes grow dull. But there's something still within you that makes you feel all of this power, as if the constellations themselves are with you. Your HP increases by 5 plus your con mod. You now have everything with the circle of the stars.
Okay.
And you gain wild shape and the circle of the stars constellation thing. If I left anything out, just let me know. But you're excited about it. Okay. Your watch is up, Ordal. You slumber, and within your dreams, you begin to see a familiar elk within your dreams, standing majestically before you, radiant hues of pink and purple with a glittery aura. The antlers have ribbons dangling from them, and the beast looks right in your direction. You hear a familiar voice. Do it. You feel the rage build up within your body. What do you do?
Go into a rage, rush them with the Morning Star.
Okay. As you go in and you're about to come smashing down, you realize you give up everything on this attack. You don't care what's around. But literally, as soon as you land on the ground, you see the ground just emanates with a sigil. And you realize this is bad. I need you to roll a dexterity save and throw with advantage.
Ooh, natural 20. My third one tonight, baby.
Damn.
As soon as
Yeah.
your foot hits, you see it just lights up from your footstep, and you instantly do a barrel roll to the left. Right? Even the elk. Right? It's almost like a grin came across the elk's face, but it quickly snaps and looks in your direction as you just come right up and just BAM! Right on the elk's head. Gone. Decimated. You feel someone yell your name, right? And you awaken. You're a little in a daze. You think, was that a dream? A memory? It felt so real. And then a lingering echo fills your mind.
It says, find the answers.
The Watcher,
What was the first word?
find the answers.
Find the answers.
Your HP increases by 7 plus your con mod plus 1 for your Hill Dwarf trait.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Reckless Attack and Danger Sense. If I forgot something, just let me know.
I think that's it.
But the thing that woke you up was the Watcher. How would you like to wake up Hordal?
Watcher.
Oh,
That was you.
sorry. I was fiddling with D&D Beyond. Sorry, what was that?
How do you wake up Hordal?
This time it takes a while because he's trying really hard not to scream. So he's like very gently like poking him and like nudging him and like trying to work his way up into a more like relaxing. So it probably takes a good like 10 minutes as he's just like one poke, two pokes.
In Watcher,
Three
as you
pokes.
do this, you can tell that Hordal is like sweating. It's almost like even before you went over, he's like moving in his sleep. But you do manage to
He
wake
sees
him.
that.
Yep.
Okay. He acknowledges it, but he's also like I was told not to be loud, so I'm going to be. Doesn't matter that he's sweating and looks miserable. I'm going to be very very delicate with him.
Okay, Hordal, you wake up.
Dreams again. That one wasn't a dream. Was it a memory? Is it real? Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Good.
You watch.
Better this time. Thank you, Watcher. Enjoy your stasis. Sleep. Well, we call it sleep. That's right. And Hordal will go take watch.
Okay, Hordal, your watch goes. No issues. It is now Arthas's turn. Arthas's.
Arthasai?
Arthas's turn. I realized, yeah. So, Hordal, you wake him up.
Mm-hmm.
Arthas.
Is he? I'm looking
Normal.
very closely, like with my morning star, just in case.
You see normal. What you've always been seeing.
Maybe that was a fucking dream. I really need some freaking ale. And he kicks Arthas awake.
Is it my turn? I stretch again and
Yep. Yes, it's your turn, Chipmunk.
I'm kind of like looking at him like to see what his reaction is. I'm like, it's my turn? Okay.
Yes, Chipmunk, go.
Okay. All right. Did you have a good watch?
Nothing happened.
That's a good watch.
I guess.
All right. So is Watcher sitting on the cart? If he's sitting on the cart, I'll just kind of go and sit in the back of the cart, wiggling my legs off the back of the cart, just looking around.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Deadpool off the edge of the pool, off
the bridge.
The bridge.
All right. As you're sitting there, kind of kicking your your legs. All of a sudden, you feel this warm sensation, and you can't help but kind of scratch. It's in a familiar spot that it's like emanating from. Right? It's a spot that you know of very well. Right? And there's this weird warmth coming from it. You pay no attention, but then it gets hotter and hotter. And then you begin to look, and on your arms, you can see what appears to be scales underneath your skin that are glowing hot, red hot. And you begin to feel this searing pain course through your body. And you can't help. You try to bite and grimace. You bite your lip, and your face starts changing rapidly with every thing that you've had. Every person you know just starts going uncontrollably, one right after the other as you're grimacing. And you are biting down and you're holding your hands as hard as you can. Then the burning begins to diminish, but the scales are bright, almost to a white color. Then it slowly fades, and the pain is no longer there. But you feel a sense of energy coursing within your body. Your HP increases by 4 plus your con mod. You gain the access to sorcery points, and you gain 1 spell of your choice. I think you may have a spell of your choice too, Watcher. I'm not entirely sure, but
My HP also gets an additional 1, right?
Okay.
Because of the
yes,
draconic.
yes.
Okay. I just figured because I did that math and D&D Beyond had it.
Yep.
1 extra.
It's one of the great ones. One of the great ones.
Yeah.
But you also feel as if scales have like multiplied within your body.
Interesting.
Okay. The sun rises up. It is time to wake up.
Long
Arthas
rest?
wakes everyone up. Everyone's got a long rest. Everything is back. What do you guys do?
I just walk around waking everyone up and go over to Hordal and kind of kick him and wake him up and go over to Watcher and just kind of, hello, wake up time.
Everyone wakes up.
Boy, that was a fun night, huh?
Grab some tack. We're tracking.
Grab some what now?
Some hard tack. Rations, you fool. Eating. It's important.
Oh, I always got that. It's in my backpack.
Good. Eat. We eat. We track. We look out for
Sounds like
traps.
a plan.
I do not need time to eat.
Ugh,
I'm ready.
you're
to
missing
go
out
whenever.
on life. I can eat and walk and look.
All right. I need
I
someone.
can drive a cart and eat.
I need someone up front. Nature, survival, perception, or investigation with advantage.
Hordal would take the
There's a
lead
lot. Okay.
if no one's arguing.
Nope.
With
By all
advantage?
means.
With advantage.
Cool. 11 plus 4, so 15 for survival.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you go up, you notice too, and you can clearly see it, even with the track marks, these goblins weren't very smart. It appears as if sometimes whatever they were dragging may have woken up, and they obviously the goblins dealt with it then. But you can see like feet, like impressions of boots, and there's 2 different ones. One is like a lot wider and thicker that resembles your footprint, Hordal. The other one is more of like a human. Right? But you see there's like there's a pitfall trap that you guys easily avoid. And then there's also a snare trap that you guys easily avoid.
Look out to the left of this. Stupid trap, these goblins.
And you
Yep,
guys
snare.
are
Driving the
about
car.
right here. It's really not that far off of where that position was. But you guys come up, and it's roughly like 5 miles from that spot. There's a shallow stream that flows out of a cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. There's a narrow path that leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream.
Do we
Well-
want to go in the cave?
I mean, there's no other way to do it, right?
I could make a loud noise. See if anything comes out of the cave.
Or they hide and prepare.
That as well.
I say
What do
we
you
just
wanna
walk
do,
in like
leader?
we own the place. What about you, Watcher?
Did you say there's a waterfall over
There's
the cave?
a stream coming out.
Oh, stream coming out of the cave. Okay. Yeah, we've come this far. We might as well investigate. I don't think we should let them know we're coming in. We should just see what's
Are
going
you
on.
suggesting stealth?
I don't think I can be stealthy, but I'm suggesting surprise.
Good, because I can't be stealthy either. So let's fucking go. And
Okay.
Hordle just starts walking towards the entrance.
You guys
Sounds like a
stage.
plan to me.
You guys
Wait.
stage the cart.
I was just say, where do we put in the cart?
That's
Park
okay.
it.
You guys staged it. It's okay. And what we will
Okay.
do is we will end right here for tonight. Thank you so much, guys. I greatly appreciate it. You guys did an excellent job of killing everything.
Thank you, DM.
Thank you for those that stopped by. Swindler's Den, you rock for coming on in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel, as well. I haven't seen all on Facebook, but we're looking to do more of this, and it's been a blast. Learning experience, but a blast. But we will go ahead and we will do the ending scene. Thank you so much. We love you. Happy Veterans Day.